What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Hart, and today I have two PrizePicks player props I like for the opening night of the NBA season, which starts tonight. Can't wait for these NBA games. It was a great regular season and playoffs in terms of the PrizePick plays. So happy to have those back. Check out my Patreon link down below, where I'll start putting in my PrizePick plays early in the morning for the early access people, as well as my core plays for DraftKings DFS if you guys play that. And I will also include the NFL for the rest of the season. So make sure to check out my PrizePick package link down below. And then, yeah, it's going to be a great NBA season. Can't wait. But let's get right into these two plays. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. Do appreciate all the support. Check out my Twitter link down below. Let's get right into these two plays. So the first one I have for you guys is going to be the over for Nurkic assists here. This one is definitely going to get bumped. But yeah, going to be taking the over here. If we look at the odds right now on DraftKings Sportsbook, it's sitting at minus 130 for him to hit over 2.5 threes here. So as you can see, juice is on the over. It's starting to creep up even more. I do expect this number to be bumped to three, probably by midday. So I'm going to try to get this out tonight before my DraftKings NBA DFS breakdown, just because I think this is some great value that is definitely going to get bumped. Actually, I'm going to have this come out tomorrow morning. So hopefully it's still there. I'll have this video come out at like 7, 8 a.m. But yeah, it should probably get bumped, but I think it's great value right now. 2.5 assists. If we pull up Nurkic real fast here, obviously, we're not going to see anything from the season, but still, I think in terms of Nurkic, we can kind of expect 25 to 30 minutes from him. Now, there's a chance that they go small in this game with Golden State, but still, with Beal, with Devin Booker, with KD. Now, Beal and Booker are definitely, they're questionable, but still, I expect them to be good to go. And with all three of them on the court, they're going to be able to spread out this offense. They're going to be able to do a bunch of ISOs. They're going to be able to do a bunch of drop offs. That means a lot of assist opportunities here for Nurkic, who on the season last year averaged three with the Blazers. Now you add in more shooters, way better shooters, all stars, some of the greatest people to ever play the game with Beal, Booker, and KD there. It's going to open up a lot of that floor for him to be able to have a bunch of dump offs to him to be able to score, but also assist. And that's why his number is, getting juiced right now at 2.5. So love the over there at 2.5 assists for Nurkic. Expect him to be a big part of this offense. He's a guy who can bring it up the floor. He can pass the ball. He's a great skilled big man there. So really like the over 2.5 assists for Nurkic there. The second one I have is going to be the over PRA here for Andrew Wiggins. Let's pull him up here. Where'd it go? 23.5. Going to take the over here for him. Don't mind the fantasy score, but I feel a little bit better with the over PRA. Reason why I like this, it's just I expect him to be out there for a ton of minutes. Guarding KD, guarding Booker, guarding Bradley Beal. They're really going to need him with no Draymond on the floor here. A lot of the defensive, responsibility is going to fall upon Andrew Wiggins. I expect 36, 38 minutes out of him here in this spot. They're really going to need him to step up, and he's a very solid player. As you can see on the season last year, averaged 17, 5, and 2. And I expect him to be more so of a playmaker, more so of a scorer here with no Draymond Green there on the floor to kind of run the offense. Expect Wiggins to step up. Expect him to get the minutes. Do think this line is a little bit too low there at 23.5 PR a day for Andrew Wiggins. So those are the two main picks for today. If you want to make this like a 4-pick play, obviously right now we have the over Steph points. So we're going to take that. Going to throw that into the 3 picks. I also I do like Rui right now. The juice is on the under on the sports books, but I just think it comes down to the minutes. Rui was actually really solid last season, and that was in limited amount of minutes. I like him even more. As you can see versus Denver, they did look to him 28, 30, 34, and 42 minutes. So I kind of expect at least 25 out of Rui this season. I do think he'll probably start alongside AD and LeBron, even if he comes off the bench for some reason. There is no Vanderbilt, so I do think Rui will be able to get the start there. But if he comes off the bench for some reason, I'd still expect at least 25 minutes out of Rui. He will be aggressive. And as you can see, he had success last season versus Denver. Obviously, it's a new season. Stuff may change, but still, Rui got a lot better. Expect him to be aggressive. Expect him to be used out there to try to guard. He did have a little bit of success against Jokic in the beginning of that series there. Obviously, it really dropped off, but still, they like him. He had a really good offseason, solid preseason. So, do like the over there for Rui points, even though the juice is on the under. That can make it a 4-pick. And if you wanted to add one more, going to go to my main guy here, KD. Going to take his over fantasy score right now, 44.5. Kind of as I mentioned in my DraftKings DFS breakdown, make sure to check that out. I just think this line is too low. His price tag on DraftKings is too low. Even playing alongside Beal and Booker, which probably both should be in. Obviously, stay tuned for that. If one of them is out, obviously this fancy score will probably jump up by a point or maybe even two. So do like getting into this fancy score a little bit early, but still, I do think both are going to play. Right now, they do have fancy score for Beal up and Booker, so I think both should be good to go. And it's one of those things, KD has that experience of playing with superstars. He did it in Golden State. He did it in Brooklyn. Same thing with Booker. Booker's able to play with KD last season. I think Beal is going to be the one that kind of takes the short stick, at least for the first part of the season, until he gets more acclimated in this offense, until they kind of figure out, their offensive identity. Because as we saw last year with Booker, KD, they're able to thrive together. Now you add in another guy who, yeah, I mean, he took on more of a playmaker role last year on a really crappy Wizards team, which is pretty surprising, but still, I do think he'll kind of be the third, the odd man out as of right now. And so I do like the fantasy score there for KD. He should be playing 38 minutes. He's going to be aggressive. They're going to look to him to ISO. He'll be having the ball more in his hands there with obviously no Chris Paul around and really no true point guard for this team. Expect KD to kind of take over that lead role. Obviously, they'll have Booker and Beal do that a decent amount as well, but still expect KD to get at least a few more possessions each game with the ball in his hands. A lot of open opportunities here. So really, really like the over fantasy score for KD to pair it alongside, the Steph and Rui square. So if you want to do a 5 pick, that's what I'm going to go with for my 5 pick. If you want to do a 4 pick, I think I'd probably, replace Durant with Rui and have it just be these four right here. Rui, Steph, Wiggins, and Nurkic. But obviously the main 2 picks are going to be Nurkic and Wiggins. And I do like adding on the other 3, Rui, KD, and Steph. So that's the price pick plays for today. The 2 main ones for the video, Nurkic and Wiggins. But obviously, if you guys want to go with other ones, you can. Not going to count that in the main video. Just going to go with these 2 picks, but still going to be throwing those out there if you want to do with the 5 picks. So once again, hit that like button and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.